Hi, my name's Katie, and today I'm going to be talking about a very important topic to my heart. Imagine you lose a friend to something that could have been prevented. In my case, it was losing a friend in a car accident due to underage drinking and over drinking. The car accident was caused because he was under the influence when he was driving home one night, and so I just want to start off by talking about this experience and how this affected me and many other people, thousands of people actually, for good and obviously the mourning side of it. But there's definitely lessons to be learned. And then I want to take that and actually try and help prevent that from happening in the future. And I think it's something that we all can relate to just a little bit, especially at our age, being in college. And there's many ways this can be prevented. But first, I just want to go back to this memory because that at least is how it impacted me to want to look at this from a different perspective. So one night after a football game back in high school, one of my friends was at a party drinking and driving and ended up driving off the end of the side of a bridge over the intercoastal. And some of you may actually know him. His name was Dom. He played basketball for Bishop Kenny, where I went to school. He was 2 years younger than me, but we had a lot of mutual friends, and we hung out at the same type of places with people. And he was always a very high-spirited person, really positive, wanted the best for everybody. And it was his time. It seems so early, but I truly believe that God has a plan for everybody. And, it is because of our own choices that things happen. But the hardest part of the situation was it was something that could have been easily prevented. If people would take precautions and see that things that we may not find to be serious actually can take a toll on our lives and on the lives of others. In this case scenario, obviously there was a lot of grief that came from this, especially for the people who were closest to him, his closest friends. And I was just more of an acquaintance, but it affected everyone who knew him. Because I think it struck about a point of, like, this actually can happen, and it can happen to people that we know. I think that social media and just everything that we've been provided with in this generation gives us this idea that we're almost immortal and that we're going to live forever. We have all the time in the world to fix what we're doing, but it can be taken like that. And I think that's something that's very hard for us to realize when it comes to anything. The good that came from this, though, was foundations that were created and established in order to help people, and the number of people who now don't take drinking lightly and don't take drinking and driving lightly, especially the people who are closest with him. I know just don't take that as a joke at all. So first of all, I want to go a little bit into underage drinking. Obviously, that's something that is wrong anyway. It's against the law, and I think there's a lot of ways this can be prevented, but also just understanding the maturity level when it comes along with that, and it goes to show in this situation actually. But then I want to talk about what can be even further prevented, and that's drinking and driving. There's so many apps that have been created now to try and help and prevent this, such as Uber and Lyft. I've been able to use some of these services with friends, and it's life-saving. Literally life-saving. I just thought that this was the best message to share about a moral issue. Drinking and driving under the influence, and underage drinking. These are all things that can be prevented and, if anything, lessened. And I feel like the best way to get that across is through a personal story, because I know that's how I'm impacted in my own life. So just think about that person that you care most for, and think about the people who love you most. If anything were to happen to you that could have been prevented, not only does it take a toll on your own life, maybe your whole life altogether, but it affects everyone who cares about you, and then some. So my purpose for this is to just get across the message, not to take drinking and driving lightly, to understand how detrimental it can be to our lives, but also take from it that we have control over so many things in our lives. And that's all. Thank you.